Have you ever heard of a festival celebrating a mysterious monster that really exists, and it is located in the city of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, USA? The first such annual festival was held in 2002. The average attendance for the Mothman Festival is an estimated 10 to 12,000 people per year. It was built a 12-foot tall metallic statue in honor of the mysterious monster, was unveiled in 2003. To the satisfaction of all who visit this city, the Mothman Museum and Research Center opened in 2005. The festival is held on the third weekend of every September, hosting guest speakers, vendor exhibits, and a number of other content for the entertainment of festival visitors. On November 15, 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda Scarberry, and Steve and Mary Mellett, told police they had seen a large white creature whose eyes glowed red, standing at the side of the road near the TNT area, the site of a former World War II munitions plant. Linda Scarberry described it as a slender muscular man about 7 feet tall with white wings, and said that she was unable to discern its face due to the hypnotic effect of its eyes. Distressed, the eyewitness drove away at speed and said that the creature flew after their car, making a screeching sound. It pursued them as far as Point Pleasant city limits. During the next few days, other people reported similar sightings, after local newspapers reported it. Two volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large bird with red eyes. Contractor Neil Partridge told them when he aimed a flashlight at a creature in a nearby field, its eyes glowed like bicycle reflectors. Additionally, he blamed buzzing noises from his television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd dog on the creature. There were also a lot of reports from eyewitnesses of Mothman supposedly attacking the roofs of parked cars occupied by teenagers. The appearance of this creature, based on eyewitnesses' statements, is generally presented as a mix between a moth and man with glowing red eyes of hypnotic influence. What could this supposed monster actually be? Folklorist Jan Harold Bovant suggests that the Mothman may be a mythical creature given that it is mentioned in the accounts of some ancient peoples, and it's woven with existing folklore. Brownwand makes his conclusion based on the fact that the statements of the alleged eyewitnesses are based on urban legends that originate from the aforementioned myths. In any case, the Mothman was widely covered in the popular press at the time, which fueled various theories. Considering that the creature has been seen near a military storage site, some speculate that it was a military project or some animal that was contaminated by radiation and maybe some kind of chemicals. However, one of the most popular theories is that Mothman is an alien connected to UFO phenomena. Especially based on numerous testimonies between 1966 to 67, the connection between this being and the UFO phenomenon acquires a new characteristic, which is the power of prediction. Following the December 15th, 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge and death of 46 people, the incident gave rise to the legend and connected the Mothman sightings to the bridge collapse. In his 1975 book, Keel claimed that the Point Pleasant residents experienced precognitions including premonitions of the collapse of the Silver Bridge, UFO sightings, visits from inhuman of threatening men in black, and other phenomena. Despite all the unexplained statements of the eyewitnesses, perhaps we can come to rational answers to what all the mysterious sightings hide. A possible explanation for this creature is the influence of popular culture on public opinion. The coinage of the name Mothman in the local newspapers supposedly originated from the Batman comic books and TV series, which was popular at the time. One of the prevailing hypotheses associated with the Mothman at the time of the original sightings was that it was a misidentified sandhill crane, due primarily to the size of the bird as well as reddish flash around the crane's eyes. Wildlife biologist Robert L. Smith at West Virginia University told reporters that descriptions and sightings all fit the sandhill crane, a large American crane almost as tall as man with a 7-foot wingspan featuring circles of reddish coloring around the eyes. The bird may have wandered out of its migration route and therefore was unrecognized at first because it was not native to this region. Daniel A. Reed examined the migration patterns and historically reported sightings of sandhill cranes in the area of Point Pleasant and proposed that, in cases where eyeshine was not noted, it was statistically more likely the eyewitnesses were seeing and misidentifying a great blue heron instead. This theory is supported by the report of Mason County Sheriff George Johnson, commented that he believed the sightings were due to an unusually large heron. Conversely, John Nickel, whom we already mentioned in the previous video, says that many hoaxes followed the publicity generated by the original reports, such as the group of construction workers who tied flashlights to helium balloons. Nickel suggests that the Mothman's glowing eyes were actually a red-eye effect caused by the reflection of light from flashlights or other bright light sources. If the sightings in the 1960s were a hoax, then why are there still reports of sightings in nowadays of this creature today? So, maybe the answer is simple enough. Because of the great publicity, all the later eyewitnesses, even though they may have had some completely natural experiences, subconsciously wanted to believe that they had experience with Mothman. We want to know, what is the Mothman? Who knows? Maybe the answer is written somewhere in the stars.